Welcome to Sports R Us. Today we're going to talk about the greatest play in NFL history and how a kicker's mistake turned it into one of the worst days as a Saints fan. Let's jump into the video. The date is December 21st, 2003, and we're at Allstate Stadium in Jacksonville, Florida. Week 16 of the NFL season. The New Orleans Saints are at an away game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, whose record at the time was 4-10, clearly indicating the Jacksonville Jaguars were out of the playoff contention. So they had no business trying to win other than having the opportunity to spoil the Saints' chances of making it into the NFL playoffs. Now off top, if you're familiar with the Saints, you understand that this is another time when the Saints need this team to lose and this team to win, and another team to forfeit the game to lose the game to get into the actual playoffs. I know because I was that Saints fan, hoping, wishing, and praying everyone loses so the Saints can make it in. On this day, I was watching this game with my dad and my brother, but we'll get to that scenario a little later. The Saints were represented by quarterback Aaron Brooks, whose cousin is Michael Vick. Deuce McAllister is a star running back for the team, a bruiser who earlier that season started on a quest to break Barry Sanders' record of most consecutive 100-yard games in the season. Sadly, he only made it to 9 straight weeks, landing at that time behind Marcus Allen, who did it for 11 weeks. Barry did it for 14 weeks. Till this day, that record hasn't been touched. They had a wide receiver core on that evening of my favorite Saints player of all time, Joe Horn, Jerome Payton, tight end Boo Williams, and Dante Stallworth, a second-year player who will play a huge part in this story. Jim Haslett was the head coach of the Saints, whom at the time was beloved by Saints fans due to him getting the team to the playoffs in 2000, upsetting the St. Louis Rams in a wild-card game behind first-year quarterback replacement Aaron Brooks. Following that, the Saints went on a playoff drought for 2 seasons, so this game against the Jaguars meant a lot to Saints fans in New Orleans. The most important man of this game was none other than the kicker John Corney, who signed with the Saints as a free agent in 2001. For his career, he is an 82.4% field goal kicker. Keep that in mind. Let's jump into the game. Both teams on this day were playing sluggishly with sloppy passes and a running game that couldn't get going. Deuce McAllister wasn't on this day. The man who had 9 consecutive straight games with 100 yards or more earlier in this season only had 50 yards on 21 carries. On the other hand, future Hall of Famer Fred Taylor for the Jaguars had a great game, mustering up 194 yards on 34 carries. The only problem was Byron Leftwich, who couldn't seem to keep the ball out of the hands of the Saints secondary, throwing 2 interceptions on the day. The Saints jumped off in the first quarter with the field goal from John Corney. The Jaguars followed suit in the second quarter with the successful field goal and a touchdown pass from Byron Leftwich. Boo Williams caught a 3-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Brooks, and Fred Taylor ended the first half with a 1-yard touchdown run to make the score 10-17, Jaguars up. Now at this point, I'm at home saying the Saints need to come out with some trick plays, taking some shots down the field, and some much needed rushing, getting Deuce McAllister going in the next half. The third quarter started, and that all went down the drain. The Saints came out and gained enough yards to kick a 38-yard field goal, kicked by none other than John Corney. Good looking, John. The Jaguars answered back with a field goal of their own, and we end the third quarter with a score of 13-20, Jaguars up. Spoiler alert, the Jaguars never scored again. The question is, will the Saints? Let's pray. Deuce McAllister fumbles the ball to start the fourth quarter, giving the ball back to the Jaguars, who make it all the way down to the 3-yard line, attempts a field goal, and has it blocked by the Saints defense. The Saints convert a first down, but that is short-lived as they go 3 and out after Aaron Brooks overthrows Dante Stallworth, forcing the Saints to punt the ball. On the Jaguars' next possession, Charles Grant sacks Byron Leftwich with 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The score is still 13-20, Jaguars. A questionable overturn of a pass interference call on the goal line happens on the Saints' next possession with 2 minutes and 11 seconds left. After a tip ball from Aaron Brooks on 4th down, the Saints are down without possession. At this point, my dad is saying they're the same old Saints, boy. They're not going to do anything. They're going to blow the game just like they always do. But I'm a fan, so I still believe they'll find a way to win. My brother was a Randy Moss fan, so he didn't care what happened. Back to the game. Shockingly, the Jaguars go 3 and out and punt the ball, leaving 12 seconds on the clock. On first down, Aaron Brooks drops back and rolls left, throws the ball, but it's batted down by a defender. Sidebar, Aaron Brooks is the most nonchalant throwing quarterback in NFL history. The dude played like he didn't care what happened to the ball after he threw it. Second down, 7 seconds on the clock. Aaron Brooks drops back and does the world's worst pump fake ever, but who cares? Brooks throws the ball downfield to the right side towards Dante Stallworth, who catches the ball, and I'll let you see the rest.
And this one And he's got a chance, getting a couple of blocks, laterals it over to Michael Lewis. Back to McAllister. Still alive. And they got him. Jerome Pathon with the catch. And he dives into the end zone for the touchdown.
The greatest play in NFL history. The score is now 19-20, Jaguars. The Saints with the play of their lives. The officials just need to confirm that all the laterals were clean and legal. At this point, my house is going crazy after seeing this play. The officials come back and say that the touchdown is legit. Everybody's happy in the house, jumping around, everybody except my dad, who is slightly happy and skeptical. At this point, my dad turns to us and says he's gonna miss the extra point. I 100% thought this man was crazy. The extra point was 19 yards. There is no way he's gonna miss this field goal. We're gonna make this extra point and go into overtime to win this game. Back to the game.
There's 6-7.
Here's Mitch Berger, the holder. And he missed it!
John Carney, there is no way you just did that. Say, bruh, after this at home, my face looked just like Dante Stallworth. The coach Jim Haslett was so confident in John Carney that he said earlier in the season he would allow John Carney to kick a field goal for his life. Once he's reminded about that after the game, he said, then I'd probably be dead right now. Now, even though John Carney missed the field goal, and even if the Saints would have won this game, the Cowboys eliminated our chances by winning the game on that day. Going back to what I was saying in the beginning, that the Saints needed everybody to lose for them to possibly win and get into the playoffs. All in all, this is how the greatest play in NFL history didn't mean anything because of a kicker by the name of John Carney. Take it away, Jim Henderson.
And he missed. No! He missed the extra point wide right. Oh my God, how could he do that?